I am a photographer, and I took this photo. That's it, thank you.
I freaking love art, don't you?
Oh, I don't know if it's art, but I like it.
Taylor Swift implies that this issue is what led to the breakup between her and Jake Gyllenhaal in her Red album re-release. How accurate is Kristen Stewart's portrayal of Princess Diana in her new movie? Well, one of Princess Di's former bodyguards is weighing in. You will be absolutely disgusted when you find out what a school board president in Arizona did to involved parents who care about what's happening to their kids in public school. Plus, this Christmas is about to be more expensive than you even thought, thanks to President Biden. But does the old Grinch even care? I'm Alex Clark, and this is POPlitics. Taylor Swift's Red re-release came out on Friday, and you better believe that I stayed up late to listen, specifically to the 10-minute version of her song All Too Well, which basically every Swiftie considers to be her best work of all time lyrically. It's also famously about her breakup with Jake Gyllenhaal.
You and I will be the best brother-sister team since Maggie and Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm more off-putting.
No, I'm more off-putting.
I'm more unattractive to put in a lead role.
Well, I'm a bigger box office drag.
Kids, you're both just awful.
In the long version of the song, she implies that the age difference between her and Jake was largely responsible for their breakup. She sings, "You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine. And that made me want to die." Taylor was about to turn 21 when they dated, and since they're 9 years apart, he would have been around 30.
This is a family matter!
People are also saying that she channeled Princess Diana by wearing a dress that looked like it was inspired by Diana's revenge dress on Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Revenge is a dish that is best served cold.
The question is, was the dress a dig at Scooter Braun, since he's the reason she's having to get revenge by re-releasing all her albums so that he loses money? Or was it revenge at Jake Gyllenhaal, since she's getting the last word over their breakup after all these years?
You have no idea how bad it gets.
Speaking of Princess Diana, have you seen the new movie with Kristen Stewart playing her yet? According to her old bodyguard, out of all the people who have played Diana over the past 10 years, Kristen's the closest to her. He says she absolutely nailed Princess Di's iconic mannerisms.
Will they kill me, do you think?
I will admit that from the clips I've seen, Kristen does look incredible and she resembles the princess a lot. The film is supposed to really touch on Princess Diana around age 29 to 30, but they did include a scene in the wedding dress as part of a montage moment, and Kristen described putting on the replica dress as a spooky day. The most recent season of The Crown also depicted a pretty good version of Diana, and the next season is going to include more about her life. I just wonder how Harry and William feel when multiple stories about their mom are out there this frequently. Like, you watch the movies, do they have any opinion on what actresses come closest to resembling their mom? I feel like that is what would be spooky. Have you seen Spencer yet? Was it good? You all know that I am not a Kay Stu fan. She is just so cringy and awkward to me, so I haven't seen it yet, but if you tell me that it's good, I will.
I guess I'll pucker my lips and I don't know, I just kind of push them forward. I don't know what I'm doing.
If you thought the FBI being asked to investigate parents going to school board meetings was the craziest thing you've ever heard, that is nothing compared to this.
Lordy, that would be really bad.
In Scottsdale, Arizona, where I live, the president of the Scottsdale Unified School District was keeping a dossier on parents who opposed the district's mask mandate policies. What do I mean by dossier? Well, I mean a Google Drive was found that contained personal information about parents and their families, like offensive photos, their addresses, vacation homes, property records, and pictures of them and their children.
Creeper.
One mom named Amanda Ray, who was on the Google Doc, said, "I saw my 8 and 10-year-old's photos. That was terrifying. And like, what is he doing? I'm not a political opponent. I'm an involved parent, and that is threatening to me, and it makes me wonder why and what he was planning to do with those photos."
You're really giving me the creeps. Oh, come on.
Amanda went on to say, "I think we identified 47 people that were background checked, divorce decrees, social security numbers, property records, mortgages." She said that there were also memes created with parents' faces, and that he photoshopped one mom's face and made it seem like she was participating in a lynching.
Do you have any history of mental illness in your family?
I have an uncle who does yoga.
Amanda said she believes her and other parents were targeted because they've pushed back on the school district's policies surrounding the big sick, you know. She said, we're not anti-mask, we're not anti-juice. They've painted us that way because it fits their inflammatory narrative. We're all for parent choice and really transparency. Can I get an amen up in this bitch? This dude is trying to say that his dad made the Google Doc and they lived together and that he had nothing to do with it. That's why it was on his computer at work. Even though the way people found out about it was because it was open on his computer. Oh, and get this, a spokesperson for the school district said that they can't even do anything about this because this dude is an elected official and that the only way for him to be removed from his position is by a recall if he's voted out next election or he resigns.
You've got to be kidding me.
Another injustice sweeping my great state of Arizona, Christmas cookie prices. Well, that's not even sweeping just Arizona, it's sweeping everywhere. HelloFresh did the math, so we didn't have to see which cities charge the most right now for homemade cookie ingredients, since, you know, prices around the country are soaring. Out of all 60 cities and territories that the study looked at, Phoenix is apparently the 9th most expensive place for baking homemade Christmas cookies. Now, I don't bake much aside from cinnamon rolls, but if I did, I'd have to spend around $9.21 just for the most basic ingredients. The cheapest city for baking right now is Charleston, South Carolina at just $2.23. But if you don't have gingerbread cookies for Christmas, did you even celebrate right?
Behold, the cookie.
That isn't even all. First, we gotta survive the cost of Thanksgiving. We should have just all bought our own live turkeys this year because that's probably cheaper than buying them frozen. The cost of processed turkey right now is up 40.7% compared to last year. Oh, and if that isn't enough bad news for groceries everywhere, the cost of bacon is also up over 20%. I will literally not eat breakfast anymore if I can't afford bacon. But you know, as far as the president goes, if you're not worried about who you're farting in front of in public, I guess you won't really care about complicated matters like the cost of food and gasoline for people.
And I promised every Floridian that you will all be rich because we're gonna print some more money. Why did anybody ever think of this before?
Every Monday, I check the questions you send me to answer from the link in our bio on the POPlitics Instagram. This is what I like to call Pop Quiz. Hannah from Georgia, were you the kind of girl who picks out her favorite baby names and plans her wedding as a little girl? And if so, what are your favorite baby names? Yes, I was. I actually have a note on my phone that I've been adding to since I was 18 with baby names. I am just very secretive about names because I don't want anyone stealing my ideas. Only one of my friends even knows what some of them are.
Oh, how cute. What's his name?
Ben.
Katie from Illinois wants to know what type of hair oil or deep conditioner I like to use. I use Olaplex leave-in conditioner and Oribe Gold Lust hair oil.
Let me touch your hair.
Okay, Table,
yes. Okay. Holly from Virginia, how do you cook with such a busy schedule? Any tips and tricks for healthy and yummy cooking for busy CUTEservatives? I actually have not been cooking as much as I like to because I've been so much busier now that I'm doing everything for the show myself. Don't forget, we're hiring, tpusa.com/careers. But the best thing is to get an Instapot or air fryer because that cuts your cooking time in half. I mean, you can put like a raw chicken in there. It's like alive.
Today we are experimenting. We're making pancakes in an air fryer. Okay, so I put a pie dish down the bottom, then I'll put a bit of baking paper, then I'll put a bit of pancake mix, and then I'll put baking paper. I'm going to repeat that step maybe 6 times. Sorry for the weird angle. I had to keep the air fryer tray on a flat ground with a handle hanging over the edge, so I've put it there. Don't worry. And then once you do that, you start singing. Pancakes are easier when you cook them in the air fryer. Let's go. Pancakes are easy.
Isabel from California, can you go to jail for getting an abortion in Texas? No, you can't. It just allows private citizens to sue people who provide abortions, like doctors, or people who help facilitate an abortion, like giving rides to a clinic or paying for an abortion. John Ciego with Texas Right to Life said that the lawsuits would be against the individuals making money off of the abortion industry itself. So this is not spy on your neighbor and see if they're having an abortion. Tiffany from Kentucky said, please explain all the pillows on set. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, then you can definitely see there's a lot more pillows than if you're watching on Instagram. But basically, the story is I put a different pillow on my chair, depending on what outfit I have on. And until we get a new state-of-the-art studio for POPlitics, we have no more space to store them all. So we just decided, you know what? Maybe we should just make them part of the set. That's the truth. That's all I've got time for today. You can send in more questions for me to answer next week on the link in our bio.
Click, 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 click.
The brand new episode of The Spillover with Navy SEAL Robert J. O'Neill is out. I did not expect that this would be a controversial episode, but some of you have let me know in the CUTEservatives Facebook group you're unhappy with me doing an interview with this SEAL who killed Osama bin Laden. Very spicy stuff. You need to listen to it and then see for yourself, and then you can kind of see what people are saying in the CUTEservatives group on Facebook. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and then please leave me a 5-star review. Please leave that review. Even if you disagree, leave the 5-star review, and then you can tell me that you disagree. But 5 stars. Before you scroll on, heart this episode. Let me know what you think about that school board district in Scottsdale. That is crazy. Send this to all of your mom friends. Ask them what they think. Have you seen Spencer yet, the movie? If so, is Kristen's performance really that good? And also, don't forget to leave me some new questions for pop quiz at the link in the bio. And don't forget, hit that save button. Monday life hack. Here you go. Unfollow your ex before he unfollows you. Power move. And as soon as you break up, never watch their story again. I mean, never. We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm Alex Clark, and this is POPlitics. Support POPlitics, the first ever conservative pop culture daily show, by subscribing to our channel, turning on notifications, and of course, hitting the thumbs up. Also, our main home is on Instagram. Seriously, just trust me, that's where the real magic happens. Follow us there at POPlitics.